month-end accounting close. What you see on my screen is an application that I developed using AI. These days, with tools available, you can build any kind of applications pretty quickly. They're very flexible, easy to customize, change, and maintain. So this application is linked to QuickBooks, and its purpose is to help with accounting close. And it's pretty simple application. So the way it works, you pick a period that you're working with, click refresh data. So when you do that, what happens behind the scene, this app goes into QuickBooks, into a sandbox environment, test environment, to pull out data for all transactions. Then it gives you this two nice charts. It shows you how many accounts you have, and again, keep in mind it's a sandbox environment, so it's somewhat simplistic. And total activity for all those accounts. And then you look at rules and determine what accounts you want to label as exceptions. I have 4 rules, but you can add as many as you want. One rule is to look at any account over 25,000, mark it as critical, then look at amortization schedule, and mark it as high. And amortization schedules can be of any kind. If you have amortization schedule for your prepaid, for your loan payments, and so on, you can add them to this application. It's stored here under Schedules tab. We'll go there in a few moments. Then for my rules, I'm looking at any accounts that change at more than 10%, mark that as high, and then look at change more than 1,000, mark it as medium, period over period. Then I click Run Checks. And what happens now, the app goes through all the accounts, look at those exceptions, see which accounts hit those exceptions, right? And then charts updated. So now you see how many accounts you have in total, what are under exceptions, what kind of exceptions you're dealing with, and then this chart shows you dollar value impact and total issues. And here, table at the bottom, it gives you all those accounts that hit specific exception rules, right? It gives you activity for the period, target, and target is either like last month's transactions or your schedules, and then shows your variance. And what you do next, you look at your accounts and take action. So you expand each exception. It gives you an explanation what it means. It gives you recommended actions. These recommended actions can be linked to your policies, procedures, manuals, and things of that nature. And at this point, you can either assign the exception to someone, or you can take actions. And if, let's say, you looked at this balance and it's correct, it's confirmed, then you mark it as resolved. You say confirmed the balance. That's your reason for resolution. And then you can provide additional comments here, confirmed numbers with project managers, let's say, right? So let's say that's your action. And then you click submit. And what happens now, this exception is marked as complete, and it updates the system. And now you see in this closed issues, one exception is done. Yay. So you go through all of those exceptions, resolve them one by one. So for schedules, and you can add as many schedules as you want to do this application. I have 2 for truck cost, fixed assets, for prepaid, and you can add new schedule, you can review it, and when you review it, you can see all details about, your schedules that you have added. You can see whether it balances or not, and you can see your amortization schedule. All convenient, and all this data can be used for running checks. And then there is a tab for checklist. These are standard items due for each month, and you can create a whole list of all items due, and it will give you this information, what that action item is, how overdue it is, and at this point, people responsible for managing these actions can mark them as complete, done, and then it moves into this section. There is also accounting calendar. Pretty simple idea. You capture all activities for the month. You assign due dates and, responsible person, and you can add as many tasks as you want. There is also reconciliation and admin section. Admin section is actually also pretty important. In this admin section, you can add new users, and you can assign what they can see. And, when you work with your exceptions and assign people to take actions, they will see same dashboard, just sections that they are allowed to see, and they will be able to work on taking actions for their respective items. Then this application is simple, but effective. You don't have to use a bunch of Excel files to pull and repull data, send tons of email communications, everything centralized in one place. This application is flexible enough, can be expanded. Currently, it's linked to QuickBooks, but it can be connected to any kind of ERPs, whatever ERP you're using, it can be connected to that. It can be changed, it can be extended, and it's everything here can be changed, as a matter of fact, to fit needs of your business.